finally getting out of the house. Sorry I hadn't been on in so long. I'm taking Mrs. Wayman on a date today. So we've been locked in the apartment. It's been snowing like crazy, and we just haven't had time to do hardly anything. Well, I've been working and all, but anyways, this is a video response going out to the video. SisterSunnShine's response to Sarahon06, and her usage of the word lefty queer when she was talking about this particular incident that happened with a guy murdering his partner and whatnot. And I have to say that I expected Sister Sunshine to be using such terms. It doesn't surprise me, and I expect Sarahon's response to be what it was. What's interesting is people have the idea that religion is supposed to make everybody act like angels, and that's not the case, because people will always act like people. And I think that when discussing the murder and the whole debate about it, the guy committed a murder, so he's a murderer. Sexual orientation didn't have anything to do with it. His lifestyle probably didn't have anything to do with it. And even rather seemingly pious people end up getting charged for crimes. I remember one time, I believe it was the Meeks woman who shot her husband, who was a pastor, because her husband had a fetish for dress up, and she didn't like it. Apparently, that's what she said in court. And all of a sudden, we have shotguns coming out. So, before that, church members were saying, "Oh, she was pious and whatnot." And that's the thing. Here, Sister Sunshine would like people to believe that that somehow the life of the righteous person is much better here on earth than the life of the unrighteous. But we all make bad and good decisions because we're people and we act that way. And Christians die of AIDS. Christians die of cancer. Christians have syphilis and all the sexually transmitted diseases. There are Christian alcoholics. There are Christians dealing with the same problems that they would think the world is dealing with. And that's one of the reasons why, because of suffering, the afterlife was created, especially in the text of Maccabees 1 and 2, where the Jews were getting, there's mass genocide going on from King Antiochus IV, slicing and dicing Jews, even the righteous, and they looked and they said, why are the righteous perishing with the unrighteous, and where is our reward? So God would be unjust if he didn't have a reward, so they created the afterlife and expounded on that, so the righteous, they would have their reward in the afterlife rather than here, because they were not getting it here. We don't get our rewards here. We don't get none of them here. And if such a place exists in the afterlife, maybe, but we don't know. Some believe they know more than others, but plainly we don't know. So first, the guy was a murderer. And as far as using the term lefty queer, I would expect Sister Sunshine to be saying that. And this is what happens within fundamentalist groups, and even any kind of group. You have language within the group that's thrown around, and that might not be thrown around outside the group. Then all of a sudden it appears in conversation, in a public conversation, and it's definitely unacceptable to be used in public. And the reason why that we need to be somewhat politically correct in public is because we all need to get along. And if we don't, well, we know the results. We have history books. So at least we try. And even if sometimes the politically correctness is a facade that we wear in public and we wear with other people, and just dealing with other people outside of our group and outside of our worldview, it's a positive thing, I believe, because at least it places some kind of restraint on how we treat one another. And Sister Sunshine, you're a very nice person, and I just have to say again, I expect you to have those views, and I know the belief system, and I laugh and I chuckle when those kinds of sayings come out because I know where they're coming from. Just the same thing with with James, the pastor, Brother James, the guy who runs around, yelling at people on the street, other homos and things like that. I expect him to say those things because that's part of the language and lingo of the group that he comes from, as part of the theology. That's what he hears every Sunday morning coming from the pulpits. Is it acceptable? Do I think it's acceptable? No, but people who are within the group do. So apparently, Sister Sunshine slipped up here, and now she's trying to cover for it. But I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the Good Samaritan could have been a lefty queer. And if I was the guy who was robbed and beaten alongside the road, and if lefty queer stopped to help me out, I would think he was more righteous than those passing by. So take care, friends, and remember to do justice, love mercy, and if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.